The story begins inside the grand main hall of the Lin family, where our main character lies unconscious on the cold floor. A few people standing nearby notice him and shout in panic. "Hey! Throw some cold water on him, quick!" As soon as the water hits his face, he jolts awake and yells, "Damn it! I'm gonna be late for the office." Hearing this, his father's anger reaches the next level. In a thunderous voice, he roars, "You useless brat! Will you admit your mistake or not?" But the poor main character looks completely confused. He stares at everyone and asks, "Huh? Who are you people? And where the heck am I?" The moment those words leave his mouth, another furious man standing nearby gets triggered. "This bastard is pretending now? Enough talk. I'll end him in one strike." He immediately draws his sword and charges forward, shouting, "Look at my blade. Let's see where you run." Seeing this, our hero is absolutely terrified. Whoa, hey. This just got serious. But right at that moment, his father steps in and stops the attack. The angry man looks shocked. "Patriarch Lin, what is the meaning of this?" Patriarch Lin quickly tries to calm him down. "Master Su, please wait. Lower your sword." Meanwhile, our hero hurriedly hides behind his father and blurts out, "Hey old man, I'm telling you, killing someone is illegal. The police will arrest you." Hearing himself being called old man, Patriarch Su's face turns red with rage. "Old man? He called me an old man?" Patriarch Lin awkwardly tries to handle the situation. "Look, the fault is indeed on our family's side. Let me interrogate him once. After that, this useless son is yours to deal with however you like." But Patriarch Su isn't satisfied and shouts again, "You filthy brat. Today you're dead for sure." Patriarch Lin quickly adds, "Master Su, calm down please. At least hear him out first." After a moment, Patriarch Su finally snorts, "Fine. Let's see what kind of drama you people are putting on." Our hero, still clueless, asks again, "Wait, what Lin family? What Su family? I seriously don't understand anything." Patriarch Su sneers, "Look at him, pretending to have memory loss. What's the point of questioning him? Just kill this Lin Bei already." Hearing this, the hero hurriedly tries to defend himself. "Brother, you've caught the wrong guy. I didn't do anything, seriously." But suddenly, a sharp pain explodes inside his head. Damn, my head is splitting." At that moment, unfamiliar memories begin flooding into his mind. He sees flashes of the past. The day Lin Bei was born, Patriarch Lin smiling with joy. Then scenes of childhood training. "Stand properly. Keep your back straight." More memories follow, Lin Bei growing older, becoming lazy and spoiled. Patriarch Lin scolding him, "You just roam around all day. No discipline, no future." And Lin Bei laughing carelessly. Hee hee. Coming back to his senses, the hero mutters in shock, "Wait, did I transmigrate?" He realizes the memories in his head belong to the original owner of this body. Then a blurry scene from last night appears in his mind. Hold on, is this from yesterday? He remembers a handsome guy named Yifan, a beautiful girl, and himself, a spoiled rich young master. Why does all of this feel so familiar? He recalls hearing, "Calm down, baby, relax." The girl was angry, not in her right mind, and something terrible seemed to have happened after that. As the truth slowly sinks in, he grows pale. "Oh no, don't tell me I really did something horrible." Seeing the strange expression on his face, Patriarch Lin yells angrily, "Hey, why are you smiling remembering all this?" At the same time, Patriarch Su completely loses it. "You bastard, die." He swings his sword again, but Patriarch Lin blocks him with bare hands. Our hero stares in disbelief. Damn. He caught a sword with his bare hands? Looking around, everything suddenly feels familiar. This plot, this setting, don't tell me. Realization hits him like lightning. I'm the villain, aren't I? He remembers countless novels he had read, a cannon fodder villain who harasses the protagonist's woman, and then gets crushed under the protagonist's feet. His face turns pale with fear. Think, brain, think. If this continues, that old man in front of me will chop me into 2 pieces for sure. On the other side, Patriarch Su shouts angrily at Patriarch Lin. "Old scoundrel, let me go!" And just then, something unbelievable happens. Lin Bei's body suddenly begins to glow. A blue screen appears before his eyes. Warning, host's life is in danger. Family air spending system successfully loaded. Seeing the blue screen appear before his eyes, a spark of hope rises on Lin Bei's face. Don't tell me, is this the legendary system every transmigrator gets? Have my cheats finally been activated? At that moment, the system interface changes. Host detected in life-threatening danger. Emergency plan activated. Distributing newbie gift pack. Lin Bei immediately taps the screen. The system announces, "Congratulations, host. You have received 200 million spirit stones. All have been deposited into the system inventory." The system continues, "Please resolve the Child of Destiny crisis. Earn destiny points to unlock further rewards." Then his mission appears. Mission objective: resolve the revenge crisis of the Su family patriarch and force the opposing party to retreat. Reward: 5 volumes of heaven-rank sword Dao cultivation methods. A recording stone containing evidence that the original body was framed. But the moment Lin Bei reads the failure penalty, his soul nearly leaves his body. Failure penalty: death at the hands of the Su family patriarch. Damn it! Lin Bei curses in his mind. Failing means death? Even if you give me mountains of spirit stones, what's the use if I won't be alive to spend them? Meanwhile, Patriarch Su's anger hasn't cooled at all. He glares at Patriarch Lin and threatens. Old man Lin, get out of my way! Otherwise, the Su family and the Lin family will fight until one side is wiped out. Hearing this, Patriarch Lin becomes anxious and turns to Lin Bei. You useless brat! Hurry up and apologize to Patriarch Su! But this time, Lin Bei steps forward with a hint of confidence. Patriarch Su, I admit I did wrong to Miss Su. But I still believe this situation can be resolved. Patriarch Su laughs mockingly. Resolve it? Very good, very good. Boy, you better have a way to save yourself, or I'll make your death extremely painful. Lin Bei calmly replies, It's simple. I'll buy my life, with spirit stones. The entire hall falls silent. Then Patriarch Su bursts into loud laughter. Buy your life? Lin family, aren't you getting a bit too arrogant? Without hesitation, Lin Bei says, 1 million spirit stones. Everyone present is instantly stunned. Patriarch Lin panics. You brat. Has your brain gone grazing in the fields? 1 million is the Lin family's income for 10 whole years. Patriarch Su's expression darkens. Just 1 million? Can my daughter's dignity be measured with money? Seeing his rejection, Lin Bei thinks to himself. Not enough? Looks like I underestimated the price. With a clever smile, he raises his hand again. Then how about 5 million spirit stones? For a split second, greed flashes in Patriarch Su's eyes, but he quickly suppresses it. 5 million? The Su family is a family of sword cultivators. Pride and honor flow in our blood. He shouts angrily. Don't talk about 5 million. Even if you bring out 10 million or 100 million, I will never spare you. He draws his sword and roars. Riding wind sword. But Lin Bei remains calm. If 5 million isn't enough, then what about 100 million? The moment those words leave his mouth, a rain of dazzling spirit stones suddenly pours into the hall. Patriarch Su's eyes widen in shock. What is this? The overwhelming aura of countless spirit stones makes him stagger and fall to the ground. Are these really 100 million spirit stones? Even Patriarch Lin is dumbfounded. In my entire life, I've never seen so many spirit stones at once. The elders nearby shout in disbelief. Impossible! Where did this boy get so many spirit stones? Patriarch Su, still sitting on the floor, asks in a trembling voice. You mean, all these spirit stones are for the Su family? Lin Bei smiles leisurely. Correct. Then he adds deliberately. But since Patriarch Su is a man of iron principles and pride, this might feel a little cheap, right? Inside, Lin Bei sighs in relief. 100 million is still just 100 million. As long as I'm alive and have the system, I can get endless spirit stones. He pretends to gather the stones back. Well, if that's the case, I'll take them back. Suddenly, Patriarch Su grabs his hand. Wait. Hold on a minute. The moment he holds Lin Bei's hand, a fierce mental battle begins inside Patriarch Su's mind. Calm down, Su Sickhen, keep it together. This bastard ruined your daughter's honor. But his eyes drift toward the mountain of spirit stones. But that's a full 100 million spirit stones. With this, the Su family could rise to unimaginable heights. Then he remembers his daughter again. Can 100 million spirit stones compare to even a single hair of my daughter? Yet his greed grows stronger. But he's really offering too much. He finally speaks with a diplomatic tone. I already said, even if you offered 100 million, I wouldn't spare you. But then he changes his words. However, the Su family and Lin family have been friends for generations. We cannot destroy this relationship so easily. He continues, taking a life over this might indeed be excessive. I'm not doing this for spirit stones. Then he collects all the spirit stones and announces his decision. This seat will take my daughter home to rest today. Kid Lin, logically and emotionally, you owe my daughter an explanation. I give you 3 days to come to our door and apologize. As he walks away, he secretly thinks with guilt. Sorry, daughter, for the future of the Su family, I can only let you suffer this grievance. The moment he leaves, the system flashes again in front of Lin Bei. Congratulations, host! Mission completed. Rewards received, 5 volumes of heaven-rank sword Dao cultivation methods. Recording stone with evidence of framing. All deposited in system inventory. Lin Bei lets out a long breath. Finally, my tiny life is saved. He grins. Oh? The mission is done. Let me see what's next. The system immediately announces, new mission published. Mission objective, Find the family traitor and unite the family's power. Completion reward, 200 million spirit stones. Failure penalty, be annihilated overnight by the child of destiny. Just then, Patriarch Lin walks up to Lin Bei and asks in shock. Hey you filthy brat! Where did you get so many spirit stones from? And tell me honestly, are you really giving all of them to the Su family? Didn't you even save a little for your own father? On the other side, the great elder stands there burning with jealousy and anger. Damn it, he actually endured all this. Is Su Shimao really a turtle? He narrows his eyes suspiciously. But the source of these spirit stones is definitely problematic. Let's see how this old man exposes him. Suddenly, he shouts loudly. Lin Bei, you're pushing the entire Lin family toward destruction. Patriarch Lin looks confused. Great Elder, what do you mean by that? The Great Elder sneers and explains. 100 million spirit stones! Even if we sold the entire Fengqi city, we couldn't gather that much money. I'm afraid you must have stolen these spirit stones from some powerful existence. And because of you, the Lin family is now facing total annihilation. But Lin Bei doesn't panic at all. Instead, he fires back calmly. Old man, then tell me, within 100 miles of Fengqi city, which so-called powerful figure could casually take out 100 million spirit stones? The Great Elder gets irritated. Who knows where you stole them from? Anyway, the Lin family doesn't have that kind of wealth. The source of your spirit stones is absolutely suspicious. Lin Bei smiles slightly. Great Elder's words are quite interesting. But what if I say that these 100 million spirit stones were given to me by that very powerful figure you mentioned? The Great Elder scoffs. It's fine to fool outsiders, Lin Bei. But don't fool yourself. Everyone in the Lin family knows your character. Who would show such kindness to someone like you? Lin Bei immediately counters with logic. So according to the Great Elder, I, Lin Bei, a useless playboy, have the ability to steal spirit stones from a top cultivation expert without them even noticing? Does that sound reasonable? The Great Elder is instantly speechless. That. Patriarch Lin also nods. Exactly. A mighty cultivator's detection abilities are terrifying. How could Lin Bei possibly steal from such a person? Isn't this nonsense? Lin Bei quickly agrees. Right. Absolutely right. Seeing the situation turning against him, the Great Elder changes his tone. I was only thinking about the welfare of the Lin family. Since your spirit stones aren't stolen, I naturally have no objection. But deep inside, he wonders nervously. Has some almighty being really taken a liking to this Lin Bei? At that moment, Lin Bei suddenly switches the atmosphere. Great Elder, you asked your questions. Now it's my turn. He stares at him sharply. I have no old grudge with you. Then why were you so aggressive toward me today? The Great Elder immediately defends himself. As an elder of the Lin family, everything I do is for the family's benefit. My heart is completely clean. But inside he starts sweating. Good thing I was cautious last night. Only Lin Bei and I were there. As long as I don't confess, what can he do to me? Lin Bei laughs sarcastically. You keep shouting family benefit. Then why did you try to frame me and drag the Lin family into danger? He then turns toward everyone present and declares confidently. Giving 100 million spirit stones to the Su family was my way of apologizing to Miss Su, but that doesn't mean anyone can frame me and walk away. Inside his heart he prays. System, give me some power. Everything depends on how reliable the evidence you gave me is. Then he raises a glowing recording stone. The real culprit of last night is someone else. Here is the proof. Everyone please watch. The recording begins. Inside the projection, Lin Bei asks the Great Elder. Great Elder, do you think Miss Su will like the sword Dao cultivation method I bought for her? The Great Elder smiles. That girl, Su Muji, is obsessed with sword Dao. She will definitely like it. Then he adds, if you're worried, take this sachet as well. This is called the Heavenly Fragrance Orchid. Its scent is fresh and elegant. He continues, I've already investigated. Miss Su loves the fragrance of orchids the most. If you give her this sachet, her favor toward you will increase. Lin Bei in the recording replies happily. That's great. Thank you so much, Great Elder. The recording ends. Lin Bei holds up the sachet. This is the same sachet shown in the recording. Later I found out, it was mixed with soul-hooking grass. Continuous exposure confuses the mind and makes a person lose control. Hearing this, Patriarch Lin bursts into laughter. I knew it. My useless son may be naughty, but he would never fall this low. The other elders also gasp. Did we misunderstand Lin Bei all along? The Great Elder's face turns pale, sweat dripping from his forehead. When did this kid record all this? How do I escape now? No. I have to get out of here. Seeing him try to move, Patriarch Lin roars. Great Elder! Where do you think you're going? He attacks instantly. Don't even think about running! You dared to frame my son? Patriarch Lin beats him mercilessly. Today I'll kill you myself! After thoroughly beating him, Patriarch Lin announces to everyone. The Great Elder framed a member of his own family. As the Patriarch of the Lin family, I hereby remove him from his position and order him to be thrown into the dungeon. At the same moment, the system notification rings in Lin Bei's mind. Congratulations, host! Mission completed! Reward 200 million spirit stones deposited into inventory. New mission will be released later. Host may roam freely for now. Before being dragged away, the Great Elder sighs in defeat. Lin Bei, your methods are impressive. I admit my loss. But if you had evidence, why didn't you reveal it earlier? Lin Bei replies smartly. If I had taken out the recording stone from the start, Patriarch Su would have thought I was making excuses and hated me even more. After all, the incident had already happened, right? Hearing this, the Great Elder's mind explodes. No, this isn't right. He trembles in fear. If he knew everything from the beginning, then why did he still wear that sachet? Don't tell me, he deliberately played this game to win the Su family's trust. What a terrifying conspiracy. And with that, the family guards dragged the screaming Great Elder toward the dungeon. The Great Elder had already received his punishment, but the other elders present weren't satisfied yet. They turned toward Lin Bei and said seriously, Fine, the Great Elder has been dealt with. But now it's your turn, Lin Bei. You must clearly explain everything about those spirit stones. One of them added with a heavy tone. You handed over a full 100 million spirit stones to an outsider just like that. Now the Su family of Fengqi City will become the most dominant power. Lin Bei, you are still too young. You acted without thinking at all. Hearing their scolding, Lin Bei didn't panic in the slightest. Instead, he casually took out even more spirit stones and said, Oh? Who told you I only had 100 million? Seeing more dazzling stones appear, Patriarch Lin's face lit up with joy. Excellent! My son, I knew you weren't that foolish. An elder asked in disbelief. Are there really more? Lin Bei, could it be that you truly know some great powerhouse? Lin Bei took a deep breath and replied mysteriously. I can't say. I really can't reveal anything. Hearing this, all the elders began thinking to themselves. Usually, those mighty experts don't like to show themselves in front of others. Looking at Lin Bei's behavior, there must really be a terrifying cultivator backing him. This is a huge opportunity for the Lin family. Even Patriarch Lin fell into deep thought. Our Lin family is actually just a branch of the central region Lin clan. Don't tell me this useless son met some expert from the main clan? Looking at their serious expressions, Lin Bei felt confused inside. What on earth are these people imagining? He thought to himself. Sure, 100 million spirit stones are a lot, but as long as I keep solving crises, the system will keep giving me more. Compared to these stones, what I need right now is the right to speak inside the Lin family. Then he placed his condition in front of everyone. However, the family can't take these 100 million spirit stones for free. I have one small condition. He looked around and said loudly. From today onward, I want only one voice in the Lin family. Who is with me, and who is against me? Hearing this, Patriarch Lin nearly had a heart attack. Inside his mind he screamed. This unfilial brat actually wants to snatch my patriarch position. I've beaten him so many times in the past. If he becomes patriarch, my life will be finished. Meanwhile, Lin Bei glanced at him and thought. From the Great Elder incident, it's clear this cheap father doesn't fully control the family. To win outside battles, I must stabilize things at home first. So I need to firmly place him on the patriarch's seat. The elders tried to persuade him. Lin Bei, running a family isn't just about spirit stones. Managing and distributing such wealth is not an easy task. Lin Bei looked confused. Distribute? Why distribute? Then he pointed at them innocently. Weren't these spirit stones meant for all of you elders? The moment those words came out, every elder's eyes went wide. All for us? Lin Bei replied with full swag. Of course. If these were for the Lin family treasury, I would have directly sent them to the warehouse. Why would I take them out here? Hearing this, one elder excitedly rushed forward, grabbed Lin Bei's hand, and said proudly. I knew it from the beginning. This child Lin Bei has real talent. Looking at him now, he truly seems like a child of heaven sent by the heavens. The other elders also got fired up. What are you saying? From now on, call him Patriarch Lin Bei. Anyone who opposes Patriarch Lin Bei will face me first. Seeing this overwhelming support, Lin Bei was completely stunned. If the elders think like this, then of course that's good. But inside his mind he screamed. Wait, what? They made me patriarch? He waved his hands in panic. No, no, no. I don't want to be patriarch. An elder smiled wisely. I understand. For appearance, Patriarch Lin will remain the official head. But the real power will be yours. This method is safer. After that, everyone surrounded Lin Bei with respect, and just like that, he officially became the person in charge of the entire Lin family. Seeing this, his poor father held his head in despair. The Lin family is finished. Lin Bei could only stand there sweating in shock. That night, inside his room, he lay on the bed thinking. Seriously, what did these people misunderstand? How did I end up becoming patriarch? He sighed. Well, since things have already reached this point, I guess I have no choice but to accept this identity as the Lin family's person in charge. Then he suddenly remembered something important. By the way, I still don't even know this system's exact functions. System, introduce all your functions. The screen immediately flashed. This system is designed to create a stable and safe lying flat environment for the host. Provides AFK automatic cultivation. Destiny points gacha. Foresight from Destiny points. Mission publishing and various auxiliary functions. Destiny points can be obtained through missions. Current Destiny points, plus 100. Hearing the word prophecy, Lin Bei jumped up excitedly. Prophecy? Damn! Does that mean I've got the full script in advance? Now I can truly lie flat without any tension. He immediately said. System, quickly match an AFK cultivation method for me. The system responded without delay. Cultivation method matched. Automatic AFK cultivation has begun. Hard work is for others. Host only needs to lie down and relax. Feeling this heavenly comfort, Lin Bei lazily lay back on the bed and smiled. These lying flat days are so simple, and so boring. The next day, the scene shifts to the Su family residence, where the atmosphere is burning with tension. A young man slams his hand on the table in fury and shouts. Father! Why did you allow that bastard Lin Bei to come here? Is he even worthy to step into our house? This was Su Qinshan, the second young master of the Su family. His face was red with rage as he continued. The moment he steps through the main gate tomorrow, I'll chop him into pieces and feed him to the dogs. Seeing his son's uncontrollable anger, Patriarch Su sighed and spoke calmly. And then what? The Su family and the Lin family will fight to the death, and both sides will be destroyed. Those spirit stones were compensation from the Lin family. Their sincerity is already enough. I had no other choice. At that moment, a cold voice echoed from behind. So, father, did you sell your own daughter for spirit stones? Everyone turned in shock. Su Miaoi had arrived. Patriarch Su hurriedly asked. Daughter, when did you get here? She replied sharply. From the moment younger brother told me that perverted Lin Bei was coming to meet us. Su Qinshan tried to stop her. Sister. But Miaoi interrupted him. Qishan, thank you for speaking up for me. I understand father's difficulties. Compared to my personal pride, the future of the Su family is more important. Then her expression turned ice cold as killing intent filled her eyes. But when it comes to forgiving Lin Bei, absolutely not. That filthy man dared to use such tricks on me. Even if I die, I will kill him with my own hands. Her murderous aura made both father and son shiver. At that moment they realized. Lin Bei was already dead in her heart. Miaoi suddenly drew her sword and pressed it against her own throat. If father tries to stop me, then it's better I die right now. Patriarch Su panicked. Daughter, put the sword down. Father won't stop you. I'll let you take revenge. I swear. We will return the Lin family's spirit stones immediately. Hearing this, Miaoi calmed slightly. Really? Absolutely true. Truer than gold itself. The patriarch declared. Then he raised his voice. Pass down my order. Gather supplies and prepare for war with the Lin family. Tomorrow, when Lin Bei arrives, capture him as a hostage. Meanwhile, back at the Lin family, Lin Bei was still sleeping peacefully while the system echoed beside him. Cultivation progress. 0.1%. Suddenly. Warning! Warning! Lin Bei jolted awake. Holy crap! What happened? The system replied. Due to Su Miaoi's interference, the Su family patriarch has decided to continue his revenge against you. Lin Bei's face turned pale. If I can't AFK cultivate, how am I supposed to get stronger while lying down? No! New mission. Quick, tell me the new mission. The system responded coldly. Mission judgment failed. The heaven rank sword Dao cultivation manuals granted as rewards will now be urgently retrieved. AFK cultivation is suspended until the new mission is completed. Lin Bei stared at the mission details in disbelief. Wait. Su Miaoi and I have to turn from enemies into friends? That woman wants to mince me and feed me to dogs. Mission objective. Eliminate Su Miaoi's killing intent and resolve hostility. Turn enemies into allies. Reward. 1,500 destiny points. Failure penalty. You will be minced by Su Miaoi. The scene shifts back to the Su residence. Miaoi was glaring at the sky when she noticed a bird flying from the direction of the Lin family. That bird came from Lin territory. Kill it! In the next second, the poor bird was struck down. Patriarch Su reassured her. Daughter, don't worry. Just wait for Lin Bei to arrive. When I smash my cup as a signal, 500 sword cultivators will strike at once. Even if Lin Tianshao himself comes, he won't recognize his son's corpse. Miaoi looked at him with cold, blood-red eyes. Let me deliver the first strike. Her killing intent was terrifying. At that moment, a servant rushed in. Patriarch! Lin Bei has arrived! Patriarch Su narrowed his eyes. Let him in. As Lin Bei stepped through the gates, he felt the suffocating murderous atmosphere and thought nervously, the system's information was absolutely right. Su Miaoyi really wants to kill me. But if I don't complete the mission, I'll die anyway. Looks like I've got no choice. I'll have to face this head on. Lin Bei was still lost in thought when suddenly Su Qinshan charged at him in rage, sword flashing like lightning. Bastard! I'll avenge my sister today. Lin Bei tried to dodge, but the blade was too fast. It sliced through the air and cut a few strands of his hair. He screamed in panic. Hey! My hair, are you crazy? At that moment, the system screen flashed. Warning! Host's life is in danger. Automatic proxy battle mode activated. Lin Bei staggered back and shouted desperately. Brother-in-law! At least spare my hair. But before he could finish, Su Miaoyi also leapt forward, her eyes filled with killing intent. Pervert, go to hell, she attacked without hesitation, yet Lin Bei somehow dodged her strike as well. Seeing her rushing toward him, his soul nearly left his body. He turned toward Patriarch Su and yelled. Hey! Patriarch Su, don't just stand there watching the show, stop them! But Patriarch Su threw the spirit stones to the ground and spoke coldly. Lin Bei, in the end, I am a father. I cannot sell my daughter for fame. I don't need these 100 million spirit stones. But today, your life ends here. Hearing this, Lin Bei's expression changed completely. He clenched his fists and shouted. Fine, then don't blame me for not showing mercy. Secret technique. The system immediately announced. Automatic proxy battle power fully activated. In the next instant, Lin Bei's speed exploded. He moved like a gust of wind, circling the brother and sister so fast that afterimages appeared. Repetitive side hops. Patriarch Su was stunned. What level of footwork is this? Since when did Lin Bei become this agile? After a few moments, Lin Bei stopped and spoke seriously. I came here today to apologize to Su Miaoyi. But none of you even gave me a chance to speak before trying to kill me. Can't you at least listen once? Miaoyi pointed her sword at him and said coldly. You can talk. But you'll only get to say your last words. Lin Bei realized reasoning alone wouldn't work. Taking a deep breath, he said, I really don't want to be minced into meat, so I guess there's only one option left. He immediately took out a recording stone and raised it. Miss Su, you can't kill me yet. There's something you must see. After watching this, if you still want my life, I'll accept my destiny. Miaoyi narrowed her eyes. Fine. Let me see what excuses you've prepared. The recording began to play. Inside the image, Lin Bei was speaking to the Great Elder. Great Elder, do you think Miss Miaoyi will like the sword Dao cultivation method I bought for her? The Great Elder smiled. That girl is obsessed with the sword Dao. She'll definitely love it. And if you're still worried, take this sachet too. The Heavenly Fragrance Orchid. Its scent is fresh and elegant. He continued. I've already investigated. Su Miaoyi loves the fragrance of orchids the most. If you gift this to her, her impression of you will surely improve. Lin Bei in the recording looked delighted. Wonderful! Thank you, Great Elder. Seeing this, Patriarch Su was stunned. Lin Bei looked at them and said, As you can see, I'm also a victim. The one who set this trap wanted to create hatred between the Su and Lin families. He asked calmly. Think carefully. If our two families fight, who benefits the most? Miaoyi immediately replied. The Yi family, one of the three great clans. Lin Bei snapped his fingers. Bingo. Su Qinshan hesitated. Are you saying the Yi family is behind all this? Lin Bei nodded confidently. Last night, the Lin family interrogated the Great Elder. We found evidence of his collusion with the Yi family. But Miaoyi refused to believe it. Impossible. Brother Yifan has always treated me kindly. He would never allow such schemes. Lin Bei sighed. Miss, Yifan is Yifan. He doesn't represent the entire Yi family. Besides, after the incident in Finxi City, did he come to see you even once? Miaoyi stammered. That's because Brother Yifan heard the rumors and didn't want to cause me trouble. And anyway, this all happened because of you, Lin Bei. Lin Bei thought to himself, according to the original owner's memories, Yifan simply didn't want to come at all. But if I say that now, she'll really kill me. So he changed the topic. Whatever happened is in the past. The sword Dao method I prepared that night. Consider it my apology. The moment Miaoyi saw the Heaven Heart sword technique, her eyes widened. This method, it contains real sword intent. Is this a heaven rank cultivation technique? Hearing that, Su Qinshan exploded in anger. Stop joking, you bastard. Just because you bribed my father yesterday with money, you think you can fool my sister the same way today? He charged forward again. My sister doesn't need your filthy gifts. Go to hell. Lin Bei trembled in fear. But suddenly, Miaoyi dashed in between them. Qinshan, stop! She punched him hard and sent him flying aside. Su Qinshan crashed to the ground and groaned in pain. Arg! Meanwhile, Su Miaoyi stared at the cultivation method in her hands, completely stunned. Her eyes sparkled as she asked in disbelief. A heaven-rank cultivation method, is this really for me? Lin Bei was baffled by her reaction. It's just a cultivation method, why is she acting like she won the lottery? When I gave 100 million spirit stones, she didn't look this happy at all. But Miaoi's heart was already in chaos. A heaven rank technique. This is a legacy that even great clans can only dream of. I've trained in martial arts for years. If it meant obtaining something like this, I could die without regrets. Holding such a supreme treasure, she couldn't help but feel dazed. And yet Lin Bei handed it over so casually, like gifting a piece of fruit. She looked at him in confusion. Is Lin Bei really just an ordinary, useless silk pants young master? Seeing his sister lost in thought, Su Qingshan became completely confused and shouted. What the hell is going on? Sister, why did you accept that bastard's gift? Ignoring him, Lin Bei looked at Miaoyi and asked with a bit of confidence. Miss Su, is my apology gift sincere enough? But she remained silent. Lin Bei grew anxious. At least give me some reaction. Don't just freeze like that. Miaoyi slowly opened her mouth. This gift. Before she could finish, Patriarch Su suddenly stepped forward and interrupted. Daughter, I need to talk to you privately. He pulled her aside, leaving Lin Bei and Su Qingshan behind. Qingshan's anger exploded again. He drew his sword and charged at Lin Bei. Lin-named scoundrel! You may fool my father and my sister, but you can't fool me. Taste my blade. But before he could even get close, Patriarch Su knocked him down with a single strike. Ugh. In a quiet corner, Patriarch Su asked seriously. Daughter, the method Lin Bei gave you, how is it? Miaoyi examined it carefully and replied. It truly deserves the heaven rank title. It's far deeper and more powerful than the profound rank riding wind sword I've been practicing. Hearing this, Patriarch Su fell into deep thought. After careful consideration, that boy Lin Bei might be right. There's an 80% chance the Yi family is behind all this. Miaoyi nodded. I feel the same. Instead of taking revenge on Lin Bei, I now want to investigate who is truly trying to harm me. Her father warned her. Forget teaching Lin Bei a lesson. That boy is far more cunning than he appears. If we really provoke him, I fear the entire Su family could be destroyed. Miaoyi took a deep breath. I understand. I've relied on the family's resources all my life for the sword Dao. Now it's my turn to repay that debt. She returned to Lin Bei and spoke coldly. Lin Bei, I'll spare your life today. But for ruining my reputation, I can't forgive you so easily. From now on, don't ever show your face to me again. Lin Bei was dumbfounded. Huh! He panicked internally. She still hates me. But the system condition says I must turn hostility into friendship. Otherwise I'm still dead. Seeing her cold expression, Lin Bei clenched his teeth. Looks like there's only one last method left. He said carefully. Miss Su, you've misunderstood. I'm not trying to force you to forgive me. Miaoyi looked at him in confusion. What do you mean? Lin Bei took a deep breath. I mean, I want you to cut me with your sword, just once. Everyone froze. What? The three of them stared at him with wide eyes. Miaoyi shouted. Lin Bei, are you insane? Are you trying to threaten me with some dirty trick? Lin Bei quickly waved his hands. No. I may not handle things properly, but I'm not a shameless scoundrel. He lowered his head. I just feel that the harm Miss Su suffered can't be repaid by a mere 100 million spirit stones and this cheap cultivation method. Patriarch Su almost fainted. Cheap. He calls that cheap? Rich people really speak nonsense without blinking. Lin Bei continued. So what I mean is, before anyone could react, he snatched Miaoyi's sword and pressed it against his own throat. If Miss Su wants to kill me, then go ahead. No need to show mercy. I, Lin Bei, will not retreat. Outwardly he looked heroic. But inside he was crying. Grandma, this is just an act to trap her emotionally. Please don't actually slash me, please, please, please. Seeing Lin Bei's completely changed attitude, Su Miaoyi fell into deep thought. Is this really the same Lin Bei I used to know? No. Do I even know him at all? Sensing that his sister was softening, Su Qingshan panicked and shouted. Sister! Don't tell me you're getting soft on this scoundrel. If you can't do it, let me handle him. He immediately launched his attack, roaring. Riding wind sword! But the moment he reached Lin Bei, Miaoyi stepped in and blocked the strike with a single move. Lin Bei gasped. Huh! Qingshan shouted in disbelief. Sister! What are you doing? She replied coldly. You don't need to interfere. This is my matter. I'll handle it myself. Before anyone could react, she thrust her sword straight into Lin Bei's chest. Lin Bei trembled in agony. Damn it, I'm dead. I'm really dead. This girl is ruthless. I'm supposed to be your future husband, at least follow the script. But in the next moment, Miaoyi pulled out the blade and handed him a pill. Take this. It's a healing pill. It will stop the bleeding. Lin Bei was confused. What? She snapped. Do as I say. Eat it. Without giving him time to think, she shoved the pill into his mouth and declared. Since you didn't do it intentionally after this sword strike, there is no longer any debt between us. Inside, she murmured, Lin Bei, if you had stayed a scoundrel, I would have killed you without hesitation. So why did you suddenly become so noble? Patriarch Su stepped forward to ease the tension. Lin Bei, since my daughter no longer wishes to pursue this matter, let's consider it settled. You may leave. Lin Bei hesitated. She doesn't look like she'll suddenly chop people again, but will she still turn me into minced meat in the future? At that moment, the system alarm rang. Warning, if hostility is not converted into friendship, Su Miaoyu will be incited by Yi Fan in the future and kill the host. Lin Bei panicked. So I'm still doomed? I need to erase this hidden danger completely. He searched through the original owner's memories. Miaoyu has always dreamed of reaching the peak of the sword Dao, but no one around her ever understood that. This might be my entry point. He immediately put on a confident smile. Miss Su, you are truly broad-minded. I, Lin Bei, have become your fan. Why don't we become friends? Then he took out several more cultivation manuals. These are sword Dao methods I've collected over the years. I wish to give them to Miss Su, free of charge. Miaoyu was stunned. More sword Dao techniques? And there's more than one? She asked doubtfully. Brother Yi Fan always gave me jewelry. Lin Bei, don't you think it's improper for a woman to dance with swords and blades? Lin Bei replied firmly. Why would that be wrong? The sword Dao doesn't distinguish between men and women. Before the great Dao, all beings are equal. His words echoed in her heart. She suddenly remembered Yi Fan saying, Why should a woman practice killing arts? Isn't it better to stay home, support your husband, and raise children? Then her father's voice echoed. Daughter, if you swing swords all day, who will marry you? But Lin Bei was different. All beings are equal. Men and women are no different. No one has ever said that to me before. She looked at him with new eyes. Lin Bei is not like other men. A small smile appeared on her lips. All right then, we are friends. Fellow Dao seekers, let's discuss the sword Dao together in the future. System notification. Party popper congratulations, host. Mission complete. Hostility with Su Miaoyu has turned into friendship. Reward, 1,500 destiny points granted. AFK cultivation function restored. Lin Bei let out a long breath. Finally, that was not easy. My tiny life has been saved. But before he could relax. New mission released. Warning warning. Child of Destiny. Yi Fan has developed killing intent toward the host. Mission, resolve this threat. Reward, 2,000 destiny points. Failure, death by the Child of Destiny. Lin Bei froze. Huh? Yi Fan, the Child of Destiny? Scene shift. Yi Fan stood with a furious expression, roaring. That Lin family bastard dared to touch my woman. I'll destroy the entire Lin family. His eyes turned cold. And as for Su Miaoyu, even if her reputation is ruined, she's still good enough to be my concubine. Yi Fan had already arrived at the zoo residence, but the moment he stepped inside, he saw something that completely stunned him. He narrowed his eyes, looking more carefully, and in the very next second, his expression froze. Standing not far away were Lin Bei and Su Miaoyu, talking together. That's Lin Bei? He muttered in disbelief. The scene shifted. Su Miaoyu was speaking to Lin Bei with unexpected respect in her tone. Fellow Daoist Lin, I will not let your good intentions go to waste. I will study the sword Dao with all my heart, Lin Bei responded casually, almost lazily. Miss Zhu, you're being too polite. If I have time in the future, I'll definitely visit to exchange some insights on sword arts. Yi Fan watched all of this in silence. Seeing the two of them standing so close together, jealousy burned inside him like poison. He clenched his teeth and cursed in his heart. Damn it! This slut is actually meeting Lin Bei in private. His hand moved to his storage ring as a dark thought formed in his mind. I originally planned to use spirit medicine to cure her cold body constitution, but now, I've changed my mind. His fist tightened as his expression turned cruel. I'll propose marriage to the Zhu family directly. And on the wedding night, I'll torture her slowly. A sinister smile crept onto his face. That cold body is an excellent cauldron constitution after all. Meanwhile, Lin Bei prepared to leave. Yi Fan glared at his retreating figure with murderous hatred and sneered. As for Lin Bei, he's just a trashy silk pants. Once I successfully break through, I'll wipe him and the entire Lin family out in one sweep. The scene changed again. Lin Bei was sitting on his bed, staring at the system screen floating before him. His face was full of frustration. Another death hanging over my head. Hey, system! Do you really want to see me die that badly? A reply immediately appeared on the screen. System missions are issued based on foresight of future crises. The system has absolutely no intention of harming the host. Lin Bei let out a deep breath and reluctantly accepted the situation. Fair enough. If it weren't for you, that old geezer Zhu would have chopped me in half already. Forget it. Improving my strength is the hard truth. His eyes suddenly lit up with excitement. System. I want to do a lottery draw. A lottery window instantly appeared. One draw requires 100 destiny points. Please select draw method, X1 or X10. Without hesitation, Lin Bei chose X10 and said confidently, Do you even need to ask? Only 10 pulls produce miracles. Light flashed across the screen as he clasped his hands together like he was praying. Please don't hit pity, don't hit pity. But the next moment, his destiny points dropped from 1500 to 500, and the results appeared. Lin Bei's face turned pale. And oh! He almost cried, then forced a smile to comfort himself. At least it's not 9 blues, right? That doesn't count as pity, right? The system displayed the rewards, 3 times, 100 million spirit stones. 3 bottles, super spirit gathering pills. 1 ton, ice jade marrow. 2 sword Dao epiphany pills. 1 legendary Nirvana sutra. All items have been placed in system inventory. Then another message popped up, remaining points insufficient for a 10 pull. Would you like to perform a single draw? Lin Bei immediately puffed out his chest and declared proudly. Single pulls? Impossible. Only 10 pulls create miracles. Even dogs don't do single pulls. A few seconds of silence passed. His eyes stayed glued to the screen. Finally, he coughed awkwardly. Forget what I said, just draw it. The points dropped from 500 to 400. Congratulations. You obtained 100 million spirit stones. Lin Bei exploded in anger. Damn it! But after glancing at the items he had already received, especially the glowing ancient sutra, he calmed down a bit. Well, at least the pity reward isn't that bad. Holding the pill bottles in both hands, his excitement returned. These are pills that can improve strength unconditionally, from cultivation to combat power. A one-stop service! The system displayed details. Super Spirit Gathering Pill. After consumption, increases cultivation base without any side effects. Effective only for profound scholar level. Sword Dao Epiphany Pill. Grants 1 Sword Dao Epiphany, improving the user's understanding of the Sword Dao. Lin Bei grinned. Effective only for profound scholars? This is practically custom-made for me. He recalled the cultivation system of this world. Profound scholar, profound practitioner, profound master, profound spirit, profound king, profound emperor, profound venerable, profound saint, profound sovereign, profound god. Each realm divided into 9 stages. He sighed bitterly. This original body was really a useless lump of mud that couldn't stick to a wall. With the entire family backing him, he was still just a lowly profound scholar. Gritting his teeth, he swallowed all the pills at once. If talent isn't enough, I'll make up for it with pills. With this many, there's no way I won't break through. The moment the pills entered his body, a violent surge of energy erupted inside him. The bottle slipped from his hand and shattered on the floor. Lin Bei trembled as power flooded through his veins. I can feel it, this power. Sword Dao Insights. Breakthrough. His aura exploded. He stretched his hand forward and shouted. Sword, come. From somewhere far away, a sword shot through the air toward him. A furious voice echoed in the distance. Who stole my sword? Lin Bei caught the flying blade perfectly midair. The moment his fingers wrapped around the hilt, his entire presence changed. He swung the sword lightly and whispered with shining eyes. This is the Sword Dao. Lin Bei gathered all his strength and swung the sword with full force. Ha! A fierce slash shot forward, tearing through the air as if it intended to cut the world itself in half. The impact was so violent that the roof of his house was blasted away. Amid the flying debris, his father was sent spinning into the sky, wailing in terror. Holy crap! I don't want this sword anymore. After testing his new power, Lin Bei stood proudly and declared with overflowing confidence. Below the profound practitioner realm, I am invincible. Against the profound master, I can at least trade 1 for 1. A victorious grin spread across his face. Sword Heart, achieved. Just then, his father's furious voice echoed from afar. You rebellious son! Destroying the house in the middle of the night? Hurry up and return the elder's sword. Lin Bei ignored him and casually tossed the sword back. Whatever. I've already advanced to the profound practitioner realm. He comforted himself. With my current Sword Dao attainment, teaching Zhu Miaoi won't be any pressure at all. His gaze then shifted to the next item, the blue jade. Item name, Ice Jade Marrow. Description, an extreme cold treasure capable of stimulating innate cold energy. Lin Bei stared at it in confusion. But what is this actually used for? Ice cubes for tea or something? Unable to figure it out, he shrugged. I don't know its use yet, so I'll just keep it for now. Maybe it'll sell for a good price. Then he took out the final reward, the mysterious book. There's still one cultivation method left. Let's see. The moment he read the title, he stuttered. This is... Resurrection? The system displayed the details. Item name, Nirvana Sutra. The Nirvana chapter of the Primordial Immortal Sutra, recording the primordial Nirvana technique. Can be cultivated alongside other methods. If the practitioner suffers a fatal injury and possesses sufficient spiritual energy, they can be reborn through Nirvana. Lin Bei's eyes widened in shock. In other words, if I learn this skill, I'll have a built-in resurrection passive? His excitement skyrocketed. As long as my mana bar is full, I can resurrect. This skill is simply perfect for me. He laughed to himself. This single method alone makes the 10 pull completely worth it. Checking the screen, he saw Destiny Points balance, 400. Greed instantly awakened inside him. I can still draw 4 more times. But he immediately slapped his own face mentally. No! I need self-control. Single pulls never yield anything good. Then he suddenly remembered something. System, you said Destiny Points could do something else before, right? The system responded. Host may consume Destiny Points to make prophecies. Consumption depends on the target's luck and the impact of the foretold event. Considering current missions, it is recommended to make a prophecy regarding Zhu Miaoyi. Lin Bei's eyes lit up. That's right. I almost forgot. Quick, give me intel. The moment he confirmed, his Destiny Points dropped from 400 to 0. The prophecy began. Visions flooded into his mind. After processing the information, Lin Bei finally understood everything. So that's how it is. Zhu Miaoyi possesses an innate cold physique, but due to a difficult birth, her constitution is flawed. The future unfolded before him. At age 22, her cold energy will erupt, leading to death. The prophecy continued. According to normal development, tomorrow Yifan will bring a spirit medicine capable of suppressing the cold energy, and use it to propose marriage to the Zhu family. Lin Bei's expression turned grim. Once Yifan succeeds and the two families become allies through marriage, it won't take long before he wipes out the Lin family. He clenched his fist. Then I must make Yifan's proposal fail, no matter what. Suddenly, an idea struck him. He pulled out the blue jade. System, this ice jade marrow says it can stimulate innate cold energy. Does that mean it can repair Zhu Miaoyi's congenital deficiency? Absolutely, host. A wicked smile slowly appeared on Lin Bei's face. A faint red aura spread around him. As long as I'm here, Yifan, don't even dream about succeeding. The next day at the Zhu residence, Zhu Miaoyi was practicing swordsmanship in the courtyard. Patriarch Zhu watched proudly, unable to stop smiling. As expected of my daughter. In just one night, you've mastered the basics of a heaven-rank sword Dao method. At that moment, Lin Bei arrived, clapping his hands. Miss Zhu's sword Dao talent is truly astonishing. He glanced at the sword marks on the ground. This strike already carries a hint of sword intent. Zhu Miaoyi lowered her sword, slightly embarrassed. If not for your heaven-rank cultivation method, how could I have even touched the threshold of sword intent? Fellow Taoist Lin, please, have a seat. As Lin Bei sat at the table and watched her serve tea, cold sweat formed on his back. Before taking the sword epiphany pill, I couldn't even comprehend heaven-rank methods, yet she mastered the basics in one night. He swallowed nervously. Truly worthy of being the woman beside the child of destiny. Luckily, I didn't make her my enemy. Taking the teacup, he finally spoke. Sorry to intrude, but I came today for 2 matters. He went straight to the point. Miss Zhu, you're quite familiar with Yifan, right? After a pause, he continued. I was wondering, could you help introduce us? The moment Yifan's name was mentioned, Zhu Miaoyi hesitated. Brother Yifan. Lin Bei nodded with a confident smile, though inside, his true plan was already in motion. To stop Yifan from marrying Zhu Miaoyi, the most important step is to destroy Yifan's good image in her heart. But Zhu Miaoyi shook her head uneasily. I'm afraid that won't be possible. Brother Yifan's impression of you is truly terrible. I worry he might attack you again. As she spoke, she suddenly froze. She stared at Lin Bei in shock. You're clearly standing right in front of me, yet I can't sense your presence at all. I can't even detect your cultivation base. Her eyes widened. Could it be, you've completely comprehended sword intent and realized the clear sword heart? Su Miaoji fell into deep thought. Brother Yifan claims to be a genius, yet he has only achieved minor success in sword intent. Compared to Lin Bei, he only has an advantage in cultivation base. In terms of sword Dao realm, he isn't even worth mentioning. At that moment Lin Bei spoke calmly. It seems Yifan had many misunderstandings about me before. Actually, I just wanted to discuss the sword Dao with the two of you. Su Miaoji nodded gently. Being able to encounter the clear sword heart in advance would also be very helpful for Brother Yifan's breakthrough. I will send someone to inform him. I believe he won't refuse. Lin Bei, however, thought to himself. According to the original body's memory, Yifan isn't a generous person. Su Miaoji may not see it now, but only by letting her witness his true colors can the marriage proposal issue be solved at the root. After a brief hesitation, Lin Bei continued. There is another matter, regarding what happened that night. The moment those words were spoken, memories of that night surfaced in both their minds. Lin Bei glanced at Su Miaoji, and saw her cheeks instantly turn red. She looked flustered as she replied softly. That matter, isn't it already in the past? Lin Bei didn't push further. Instead, he took out a small box and said, The medicinal effect of the sachet the Great Elder used to plot against us still has residues in your body. If not cleared, it will affect your future cultivation. This antidote can purify the toxins, but it requires someone to guide it from the side, allowing spiritual energy to circulate along a special route in the meridians. He opened the box, revealing a pill inside. An antidote pill? Su Miaoji asked in surprise. Lin Bei smiled inwardly. Luckily, I purposely saved a super spirit gathering pill. The residual poison is just an excuse to farm favorability. Everything is for the sake of survival. Su Miaoji accepted the pill and looked at him with a gentle gaze. Fellow Taoist Lin is indeed a true gentleman, pretending to be a silk-pants young master before to approach us. I'm afraid you also had unspeakable difficulties, didn't you? She then stood up. Since we need to take the pill to detoxify, let's go to the training room. And so, Su Miaoji led Lin Bei toward the inner chamber. From afar, Patriarch Su watched them leave and sighed with a smile. Young people, truly full of vitality. Just then, a servant came running in panic. Patriarch Su. Yi family's Yi Fan. Without waiting for an answer, he headed straight for the training room, raising his leg to kick the door. Lin Bei! Get the hell out here! But before his foot could land, Patriarch Su stepped in and blocked the kick with his sword. Stop! I don't care what conflict you have with Lin Bei. He is currently detoxifying my daughter. You absolutely cannot go in and disturb them. Yi Fan roared in disbelief. Detoxifying? What kind of poison requires a man and a woman to be alone in a room? At that very moment, a voice drifted out from inside. Su Miaoji's voice. I can feel it. My cultivation base is rising. MH. Hearing this, Yi Fan froze. Even Patriarch Su looked uneasy. Unable to hold back any longer, Yi Fan drew his sword halfway. Damn it! Lin Bei, come out here! Patriarch Su tried to restrain him, but the atmosphere was already on the verge of explosion. Inside the training room, Lin Bei was carefully guiding spiritual energy through Su Miaoji's meridians. She bit her lip and said, Ugh! Lin Bei, get out quickly! Lin Bei shook his head firmly. No. I can't just leave you alone like this. He thought seriously. Is this the out-of-control congenital cold physique? I don't believe the sword chi of the clear sword heart can't suppress you. Gathering his energy, he tapped her acupoint with his finger. Bear with it a little. I'll use sword chi to seal the cold energy. But the energies inside Su Miaoji suddenly clashed. She let out a pained sound. Why you? Stop quickly! Outside, terrifying cold energy began leaking from the training room door. Yi Fan saw it clearly, and hearing the voices from inside, his jealousy and rage burned even hotter. Patriarch Su shouted anxiously. The cold energy is out of control. Lin Bei, quickly protect my daughter's heart meridians! Yi Fan could no longer endure it. Let me break the door! With a furious slash of his sword, the door exploded into pieces. Both Yi Fan and Patriarch Su rushed inside. Seeing them barge in, Lin Bei looked back in shock. What are you guys doing? At that moment, Patriarch Su stepped forward, pushing Lin Bei aside as he hurried to check on his daughter. Daughter! You're alright? He asked anxiously. Su Miaoji nodded in response, assuring him she was fine. But Yi Fan's expression darkened with fury. He roared, Dare to touch my woman! And lunged straight at Lin Bei, slashing at him with his sword. Lin Bei barely managed to block the strike with his own blade, though the force behind it made him struggle. Seeing this, Su Miaoji cried out, Yi Fan, what are you doing? Blinded by rage, Yi Fan activated his cultivation technique. A crimson energy flickered in his eyes, and in the next instant, he shattered Lin Bei's sword into 2 pieces. Holding the broken blade in his hand, Lin Bei said in disbelief, Yi Fan, I have no grievances or enmity with you. Why do you want to kill me? But Yi Fan didn't listen. He attacked again, shouting, I'll chop off your head first. Lin Bei clenched his teeth. You forced me to do this, he yelled, though inwardly he thought, as expected of the child of destiny. In a direct clash, I'm still no match for him. Luckily, Su Miaoji is here. Just then, Su Miaoji rushed in front of Lin Bei, blocking Yi Fan's path. Stop! Halt right there! Yi Fan, apologize to Lin Bei immediately. Yi Fan stared at her in disbelief. Me? Apologize to this trash? Miaoji, you must be joking. He was taking liberties with you just now. Her voice turned cold. Lin Bei was detoxifying me. My cold physique lost control, and he used sword chi to suppress it so I could survive. Yi Fan sneered. That sounds nice, but who knows what the two of you were really doing in that room? His words angered Su Miaoji. Meanwhile, Lin Bei wiped the sweat from his forehead and thought, I didn't expect that. By sheer luck, Su Miaoji would see through Yi Fan's true colors. Not bad at all. Yi Fan raised his sword again. I'm teaching him a lesson entirely for your own good. Besides, he ruined your innocence that night. Have you forgotten? Her gaze sharpened. Since you brought up that night, let me ask you something. Did you know about the collusion between the Lin family's great elder and your Yi family? Yi Fan hesitated. I didn't know. But inside he thought, if I had known it would drag Su Miaoji into this, I would have stopped it no matter what. Su Miaoji looked at him with disappointment. Yi Fan, you've truly let me down. Stop saying I'm your woman. From now on, we have nothing to do with each other. Her words struck him like lightning. His eyes turned vicious. You're actually breaking with me over that trash? Don't forget, I'm the only man who truly treats you well. Just then, Lin Bei walked past him and coughed lightly. Yi Fan, if you really treated her well, why weren't you there when she needed you the most? Why show up only now? Yi Fan glared at him. Humph. What would an outsider like you know about my relationship with Miaoji? Inside, he see that Lin Bei dares to compete with me? I must secure Su Miaoji as soon as possible. Turning to Patriarch Su, he said confidently. Uncle Su, to be honest, Miaoji and I have long shared feelings for each other. I came today to formally propose marriage. He took out a spiritual card and presented it. This is my betrothal gift, 100,000 spirit stones. I hope Uncle Su will agree to let me marry Miaoji as soon as possible. Hearing this, Patriarch Su fell silent. The entire hall grew still. Then, suddenly, Lin Bei burst into laughter. Yi Fan shot him an angry glare. What are you laughing at? Never seen so many spirit stones before? Lin Bei tried to suppress his amusement and replied, Nothing. I just thought of something interesting.